Hey everybody, it's kari.green, and one of the things that I like to do is partner with our businesses here in Kitsap County. I actually just got off the phone with Cinda Baldwin, who owns the gym downtown, and I'm super excited to be partnering with her and bringing some new light to our Port Orchard businesses. And we're going to be expanding out through Kitsap, and we have some really great plans in the work to really gather a space where all of our businesses can come together and really shine, right? We have some really great opportunities here in Port Orchard and all throughout Kitsap. So in the spirit of bringing businesses to light here in Kitsap County and in Port Orchard that you may or may not know about, I am really excited to be introducing and bringing to this space my friend Nicole Duran. She is local here in Port Orchard, and she has brought the opportunity for grief, healing, and just growth and moving forward past some really hard things. So I want to introduce her to you and share a little bit about who she is today. So Nicole, can you say hello?
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Kari, for having me here. This is just a beautiful opportunity to connect with you and all of the people in this beautiful city. I'm so grateful to be here. So just a little bit about me. My name's Nicole Duran. I facilitate a program called the Grief Recovery Method. And I've been an advanced grief recovery. I've worked in this space for probably about 6 years now. And I absolutely feel called to do this work because it is so life-changing. I just moved from California, so I'm really appreciative of getting to know everybody here in this area. So thank you for having me today. I want to share with you a little bit about what we're doing. I run a nonprofit called A Space of Harmony. And what we do is we help people through grief and loss. So grief and loss can look so many different ways to so many different people. And what I've noticed is that, a lot of people hear the word grief and they think, or they hear the word recovery and they have some connections to these words. But I want you to think of it as something that is everybody, universal. We all go through grief, right? So no matter what it is, whether we have lost a loved one, maybe we have lost a career, maybe we're going through a divorce, there's so many different things that can cause grief in our lives. Literally, as a global consciousness, we can actually have grieving experiences that we're having now. So many people are going through grief right now with all the changes, right, that are happening in the world. Yeah. No matter what you believe, it's still change, right? So these are grieving experiences. So I like to give the example of a definition of grief, and that is it's the conflicting feelings that we have when there is a change or an end to a pattern of behavior. And that's really so important because that can really be anything. So as you think about what we're doing here at A Space of Harmony is really just help people, give them tools, give them skills, and help them learn how to move through that process. Because truly nobody ever really teaches us how to do that. It's kind of like we have to just go through it and hope that, the cliches that we heard when we were young, time heals all wounds, all of these things. It's like, okay, really? Does it? Or do I need to take action to make that happen? And so this is an 8-week program that we offer, and it specifically takes action steps to help you to move through the grief. So if you are in a space right now where you are just, it can feel like moving through mud. Truly. I mean, it feels like sometimes there's just no way to think that you're going to move through this grief and feel any better ever. There's a moment in time where you're like, I don't know what to do. Right. And so that's kind of where I was at the beginning. And so I went ahead and found this program, and I just want to make sure that everybody has the ability to go through these steps because they are absolutely life-changing. So I hope that gives you a little bit of understanding of what we're doing over here.
I think that is a perfect illustration of what we went through. So I mean, I've gone through probably about 15 years of pretty significant, healing process, right? There was a big uprooting and a big tragedy. And my story, I've spent 15 years trying to find healing and trying to find just, how to control the triggers and how to deal with people bumping up against those sore spots that we thought I thought we're fine. I was awesome. I was ready to get married again. I'd come so far, and then you get married, and all of a sudden you're rubbing up against these spots you didn't know you had because there wasn't somebody rubbing up against those spots, right?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I came into this class looking at possibly, focusing on one area of grief, and actually ended up going a completely opposite direction while I was in the class that was much more important and imperative in dealing with in the moment. But I still have those tools to be going back and utilizing that as other things come up. And so I think for me, I had come a long way in smoothing out the road, but there were all these potholes that I just couldn't seem. I kept putting pebbles in, but then people would drive over it and the pebbles would go out, and I'd have to fill them back in again. And I feel like this is the first thing, because I've done support groups. I've done, grief counseling, and I've done all the talking and the stirring up. And this took those potholes and filled them and put something on them, and they're sturdy and they're firm. And sometimes when an event comes about, it might stir it up and crack it a little bit, but I can catch my balance now. I don't just fall into this pothole where I have to claw my way back out again.
Right.
And it's changed the dynamic of how I deal with the people that are still in my life where this grief is affecting, because it doesn't just affect the person that you have the grief with. The person can be completely gone, but your grief is affecting those who love you the most. And so I'm truly, I don't endorse, I haven't been able to come behind and stand behind anything in years, other than obviously Jesus loves you and he wants you to be healed. Mm-hmm. Right. So that's what caused me to continue that constant search, because forgiveness brings healing and healing brings forgiveness. And it's this circular thing. But I haven't found anything that could put all of those pieces back in together and give me an action step to be able to fill in the holes and move forward and not have to look back and not have to bring another wheelbarrow of rock and not have to bring more asphalt, that we can stop going back to the dead bodies of the past and really look forward to the future. So I'm super grateful. I can't even begin to tell you how awesome I think the program is. And I really think that you as a facilitator brought all of that together. I don't necessarily buy into programs, but I do buy into people. And I can't say enough how much, if you can get into these classes, she offers them free now and again. And, there's the paid side of it. The more we can get people to pay for it, the more people we can help who can't afford to pay for it. And so, as we're doing all of these things, it's not the program. Anybody can go get the book, but there's something about Nicole that brings this beauty from the ashes that I really value. So I'm really excited to have you here and working with the community. And I look forward to doing more with you.
That is just so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I'm grateful for your testimony. And, I just want to say, Kari, it is not easy to come out and speak about this work. Getting people to do videos about this is not easy because, let's just be honest. One, we don't want everybody knowing our business half the time. It's really, it's that balance of do I really want to share this? Do I want it? That kind of thing. So a lot of what I do is kind of behind the scenes, right? So that it's not really pushed out there. So these kind of moments that we have together to be able to speak about it openly and really share it with people is so valuable to me. And I know to so many. So thank you for being so honest and sharing your experience, because it really touches people when they can see someone that actually went through it and how it changed their lives. And it really is, that's why I do it, because it really is that life-changing, right? And you just know it from your heart and you're like, okay, I want everybody to do that. I want everybody to know these tools and these skills so that, we can find joy and love and happiness again in our lives when it feels like we're never going to have that, right? So thank you so much for stepping up to do this. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it and how much I know it's going to affect other people in finding their own healing. So thank you.
You are very welcome. Thank you for facilitating all of this. And we're going to keep everybody up to date on the upcoming classes for this year and moving forward. And we're just going to keep growing this space of harmony as we begin to integrate different kinds of healing and different spaces of healing and different modalities of healing.
Yes.
And I'm really excited to see where this goes, because you are going to fly, my friend.
Well, I don't know about that, but I do want to say that the fact that we are trying to get this out to more people, to heal more people, I see so many amazing people like you in this community that are ready to step into their calling of helping people to holistically heal. And that to me is so powerful. So I think of a space of harmony as just that. It's like this community of people that have their own beautiful ways of helping people heal. And so that, my friend, is what I cannot wait to see grow exponentially. So thank you so much.
You are very, very welcome. So I'm going to let you get back to the rest of your day, and we will be moving forward. We'll put this on YouTube and we can just share it across all the platforms.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, my friend, have a good one.
You too. Take care. Bye, Carrie.
Bye.